really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been petty. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're in hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities that never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving MVP, I got the record, I might have to pro something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'ma jack it like Letterman. Y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling. Started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent. This is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit. I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah. Said you gon' pull up, then settle it, yeah. I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch out step in it, yeah. And I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here. Watch out touchdown, pulling plans out the clutch. Everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now. Have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, run it, ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year, yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my, yeah. Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off.
Good morning, afternoon, I guess. What time are we? 4 o'clock. Good afternoon if you're in Bali. Someone from my past is haunting me, I can see. Civil engineering, my first degree. Hello, welcome. Genie Civil Facile. He's definitely Italian. How's everyone doing? I'm not sure how long we're going to do this, but I thought I'll just switch it on. I'm still not feeling 100%. But it's NFB day, and I think we just closed the week. We've had a good week of doing these live sessions, so I thought I'll just jump in, see what's happening, what do the charts look like, my voice sounds. Hey Phoenix, you need to come and do this for me. Come Phoenix, come on then. We might replace. He might do the trading today. Right, who we got? Zahn first here. Civil engineering hope. Is this a joke? All the civil engineers are joining in. No joke, my first degree was in civil engineering. Are you civil engineer? Drago, hello Drago. A few new names. Welcome in. Good morning, Rafa. Mr. Bazooka. Mr. Bazooka was giving us some checkings on manifestations the other day. It's good. It's good to have that. I wasn't a civil engineering. My first degree was a civil engineer in Portsmouth in the UK. Anyone who leaves, anyone who goes to the UK from Greece to do university, they're either doing civil engineering, law, or they're like doctors. That's because the parents are not willing to pay for anything else. Morning from Kenya. Yes, I did 2 years of civil engineering, passed my second year, and then I was like, I need to change to sport. I like sport more. Concrete is fun, but not as fun as sport. God, this voice. Sorry guys, this is gonna be my voice. Right, let's jump on the charts. Have you spotted it? Have you spotted the DXY gap? It looks beautiful. Beautiful. Let's put this on. Here. Obviously today we can't trade our funded because we'll wait for it to be reopened. So I've got a little account that I'm trading my black ball. Let's see. Black ball. I don't like the spreads on this. I took 2 trades this morning. Only because the count is smaller, the profits, they're not going to be the same. We've got a spread on the pound dollar of 1.5. It's going to 21. I'm not sure. I'm guessing, is there no commission? Maybe there's no commission. Someone who's on black ball can, but this is a small account. This has 2,295. So if I make $100 on this a day, it's another project I've got in the background for a small, that's personal funds. If we can build that up a little bit, and then what I'm planning to do is to have 3 accounts. So have my 250,000 account with from the fivers, and then this black ball. But I'm not sure. I need to understand the commission and the spread, because I'm not liking these spreads. Surely, if it's 0 commission and the spread is just you're just paying the spread, then we just have to think of our entries, because I would rather get my entry with a tighter spread and pay commission, because I really want to get my entry. I don't know, what do you guys do? Oh my God, Phoenix has just opened a drawer. Give me a second. Mr. Troublemaker. Mr. Troublemaker. Here, have a look at Phoenix. Mr. Troublemaker. Do you want to speak? Let's go back. This is what everyone's saying. Let's go on to the charts. DXY. Nice gap. The only thing that I'm considering, I don't know if you guys already, I can imagine a lot of people are short already this morning. I closed for 5 pips at a time, 5 and 6 pips, pretty much the scalps. Sorry if my normal self is not here today, but trust me, I haven't slept. I've still got a cold going on. So we'll do our best. I thought I'll just tune in, because a lot of people text me and it's like, where are you? let's have our live. So civil engineering, recent subscriber. How are we doing on that? Let's see. 3,430. Can I see 30? Get in there. Get in there. We're gonna hit about 1,500 left until we get our Discord. That's gonna be fun. Okay, let's see about the commissions. I can see some people speaking up. Good morning, Joseph, Peter. Have you started your instant fivers account yet? No, not yet. I need to buy that. I think I'm going to do the highest. Is it 40,000 and they give you a 20k account? So that'll be a good one. I'll do it with you guys, just so you can, maybe some of you can open a fund at the same time, and we can do that journey together. I need to speak to the fivers if they can give me some commission for people opening that. Have a look at the prime for low spread. Okay. Spread with emissions. Phoenix taking 6 lot. Yeah, I hope he doesn't do that today with NFP coming up. How are we doing on the likes? 19 likes. Nearly 75 people in. We can do better. I am studying law, so that if I lose trades and blow my account, I will sue the brokers. There is always someone to sue. Interesting. Right, pound dollar. What are you doing? Look at this. This is a beauty this morning. Beauty. I took this back into daily. The one thing I'm waiting for is price to come to 126,700. This is what I want to see. Is 30 pips though. Is it going to do this before an FB? That's the question. Why am I looking for that if we go on the 4 hour? We see this. We see this pushing up. We've got, what have we got above? We've got the dash line here, which is the 61.8. What's at the 61.8 is a retracement from our monthly. If we jump onto the monthly of the pound dollar, we've had that huge push down. We know the story now. If you drag a fib line from the top all the way to the bottom, we have the 61 there and the 50, which we've been ranging in. So now we've had, in terms of monthly, we've had these green candles going up. So if you're a monthly person trading this, like a super long-term swing trader, you see this, you're like, okay, we're going up. Definitely 61. Round numbers on 1.3 exactly to the pip on that fair value gap. Nice area to get in. 76.4 line above. So multiple areas where this can be biased on the long side. Same picture on the weekly. We see that retraced, created the double top, failed to break this double top to the downside to fill the weekly fair value gap. And now we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks green. 10 weeks green. Wow. Wow. That's been a while since it's had that. So that's interesting to keep in mind. We broke above our area that we've been focusing on, the 125. And if you haven't been on Instagram, above you can see the Instagram is theconscious.daytrader. You can follow my trades there, especially the trade yesterday because I didn't do a live. And now we've broken above 125. And I did post on Instagram saying, is the 125, is the 1.6 the new 125? We're going to see how price reacts around that area. We're breaking above previous daily high. What's the maximum of the candle? If you go and hover on the candle, it will give you your, or you have to click it. Let's see. I thought you have to hover it. Yeah, you hover it. So I'm looking at these numbers here. So we've got open, high, low, close. The highest it's been is 6341 at the top here. So let's go down to our trading arena. We're seeing now a little bit of a retracement. Start getting ready for our moves. Sell side. Normally I like setups a bit earlier. Hence I took those 2 mini trades on the small account. But what was people saying? Everything looks bullish. Not everything. It depends on, yeah, I mean, long term Thanks, Marcel. I mean, I'm definitely feeling better than yesterday, but still recovering. Bullish in terms of the bigger picture, but in terms of a day trade, we're at extreme premium. We broke the 1,600 for the first time. It's the first time since, where do we have to go back? Where we're at this level? This was in 1st of June. 1st of June, really? Wow. So these are the highs. It's been a while that we're at this high on the price. So anticipating a bit of reaction. So the only thing is we do have NFP coming up, so we have to be very careful in taking any trades or exposing ourselves with big positions, right? So we would have to see an amazing setup for us to take trades this morning. Or we would just wait for the NFP, and if you're trading the NFP, I would be waiting for spikes like this up to that 61 if it's good news for the dollar, the pound dollar. Even if it's not, what the price does, it normally pushes in one direction, the Judas move, and then it delivers. So don't be surprised if you see during NFP, let's say it's negative news for the pound dollar, so strong dollar news, price does that, takes the 61 out retracement, and then delivers like a huge push down, at least to these areas here with sell side. So you need to be prepared for that. You can't be exposed in big accounts like that. Even on small accounts, make sure your lot sizes are not too big. If it's the opposite, so it's good news for the pound, so bad news of the dollar, don't be surprised if we don't retest these lows and these lows before it goes higher, before it does this. Both areas that were, with volatility like the NFP, we can anticipate what's this range. From here to here is 100 pips. Yes, we can anticipate that. From here to here is 240 pips. Okay, that would be a bit substantial, but this low here, 150 pips. So we've got 150 pips to the 61, 150 pips to the lows, equal lows here. Sell side liquidity. Let's add that one in. Jesus, my voice. I'm like a robot. I'm like those are AI. Do you think maybe I am an AI? I couldn't make it today, guys. It's the AI Yanis is in. Sell side. How are we doing on the likes? Nearly 100 people. Let's get those likes up. Who we got? Saitama. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too. You said that. Everything looks bullish. That's quite interesting. Your name says funny moments, and then it says everything looks bullish. So that's kind of, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Hope you're feeling better. Good morning, FX Mo. Good morning. Today it touched 4 hour fair value gap from the 27th of April. 4 hour fair value gap. Did I miss a fair value gap? How dare I? 27th of April? Really? 27th of April. Right, I'm confused. What time are you talking about? Am I reading that right? Today it touched 4 hour fair value gap. I'm not sure about that one. Who is it? Fortis Andreu. I'm not sure which fair value gap you're referring to. Maybe you can clarify that. Johannes, sexy Giannis voice. Not sure about that. Not sure about that. Look, we're getting some pin movement now. I'm not going to trade this. If it was a non-NFP day, sorry. If it was a non-NFP day, we would definitely be getting involved here. Let's look at this. Break below, entry here, pushing down. We like this. Yes, it might hold, but this is a nice position for equilibrium, right? So we've got from the top here, delivery to equilibrium is 60 pips. Beautiful, beautiful. However, it's NFP day and it's a Friday. It's been at the highest it's ever been. April 2022. As in the month? Are you referring to the month? So you're saying on the 4 hour on the April 2022. I might misunderstand this, but is it like this? 28th? This fair value that it pushed down? That was last Friday. Pushed up. Now we've taken liquidity above here, right? Everything looks like this is a nice setup that I like to take. However, what do we want to see? I want to see, obviously we want to see this. This is even nice, down to these lows here. So, what are we risking though? That's the question. If we get in here, can we manage this? 70 pips is too far away. Because we have this buy side liquidity above here. I want to be closer to this area if I'm short in this. Now there is an argument about longing this. But if you are willing to go long before this setup, we have a beautiful fair value gap developed below here. So from that wick to that wick. I've got a bit of a messy. Let's take things out. Let's clean out. So messy. These are all old information. Oh, we want that one though. That is the area. Oh no, it's not. It's further down. Let's take all this out. ICT people, have you taken this morning setup? 38 pips today, Rafa. Done for shorts. Gotta go to the doctor. Are we all sick at the same time? I'll also watch the possibility to be live at news. Would like to see you analyze the news. Maybe depends on the baby and my condition. But NFP would be nice to do a live. We could check in, see what the numbers are like in the New York session as well. Salamat pagi, Leslie. Enjoy your Friday. Right, let's see. This is kind of starting to push. Obviously, on the news front, we have non-farm payroll. Hold on, let me just do something. Non-farm payroll. That one there. The joy of using MT5 on a Mac. And then we've got unemployment rate at the same time and average hourly earning. So we know it's going to be volatile, right? There's no question about that. How many people trade NFP? Let's do a poll. NFP trading. Let's see what everyone is everyone is thinking about NFP. Go and vote. Let's go back on the charts. Okay, we're getting a bit of rejection. This is the first rejection. We're going to see if it's going to go below the 1.6. That's what we're thinking right now. The 1-6, we need to add a new line on the 1-6. Horizontal line, 1-6, very close to the high. Boom, there it is. We'll make it a bit thicker. I reckon this is going to be our new point of interest. New big number. Price label. We want it just bold, and this is the 1-600. 1-600. Bullish wise, the next big number is the 1-3. This is the long-term bullish, because if we look on the daily, and we need to look at price, where are we? 1-652. Okay. 04 on my black bull. 5. Let's see if it pushes a bit lower. So we've got this here. This 03 is exactly on the lows of this, so this fair value gap, round number, that is something that we need to be interested for the next month, something to analyze. Now if this rejects the daily and it pushes low before NFP, obviously we have these lows here that we just took out. We're just going to put that back in, from there to there, sell side. What's the poll doing? Okay, some sensible people. I like it. We have some sensible people in here. Hell yes. 39%. So what's that? About 30 people in here are like, yes, let's make some money. 63 people are sensible. Well, I would say this with NFP. Don't try and predict it. Like, just don't. What you can do, analyze the chart. Analyze the chart and see areas, potential areas where it can be going. Targets, where's the liquidity sitting? What else? Let's see. This is now DXY. We have that super enticing gap, physical gap above it. Did you spot it? Did you spot this before we turned it on the 1 hour? Now this is an area where it's definitely going to come and retest. Definitely, 100%. We can see it happening now. So if that's going up, that means the pound dollar has room to go down. But don't be surprised if this doesn't come down, taps into this area, because this sell side has been taken out. But this area here, don't be surprised if it does. Comes up to this area, liquidity here, delivers here, and does that, then pushes up. Okay, we can stop the poll. There are, I like that there are 63 people that are sensible about look, NFP, I would say, is trading like a gambler, right? Because it's not like your normal algorithms on NFP will drive price, especially because they will be priced in with all the information that comes out of NFP. So if this number does this, then you do this. If it's the most manipulative time to trade. So there is an argument that you can use it in terms of algorithmic trading, because it will, let's say it wants to fill this gap. Number comes down and the number is for the price to go down. Very easily, Judas move, takes out, fills up the gap and delivers afterwards. So, Kalimera Christoffer. Yeah, so we have that. We know what we're looking for, and like I said, just look for the extremes. If you're trading NFP, would you trade from here to here? Let's say you were trading the index. No, because it can easily come down here and then come up here. So there's no point trying to anticipate what the price is going to do. If it goes here and the news is negative for the dollar, yes, perfect. Fill the fair value gap, then we short it. So that's why it's quite interesting on NFP to wait for the extreme, immediate delivery of price, see where it's going. Does it line up with the news? Found the previous daily high and it stopped. So we might see what we were talking about, this pushing higher. For me, there's no reason why this can't retest the previous daily highs here. Is it going to do it before NFP is the question. 4 hour, we've had that pin bar. We're talking about these highs here. I can see that happening today. Don't know if it's going to be prior to NFP though. How are we doing on the likes? We can do better. We can do better. Have you tried some tea with lemon and honey? Try to soothe your voice. I have. I've had my version of tea, honey and lemony. But it is coffee. Probably not helping, but without coffee I wouldn't be able to do this. So what was my job before trading? I was a performance data analyst for Team GB. So I would work with athletes and I would analyze sport. Here, let's show you some pictures. You can go on Google, and if you put my name in, that was me in my previous job with Great Britain. This is the team, and it's canoe slalom. That's going to go to LinkedIn, isn't it? So this is Joe Clark, the won gold in Rio, one of the best days of my life. All these guys, they're like family to me. Great community of and everything that comes with Team GB and elite sport. They were awesome time. I spent there 10 years. Been to 3 Olympics with these guys. So yeah, it was fun time. You look different way there in a good way. As in a good way, I look better there? Is that what you're saying? I look shit now. Your voice is okay? I don't think it's okay. It's surviving for this live. So you are an analyzer. No wonder you're, I would say I like to say I'm a deep thinker. I generally I like new things. I definitely like new things. I love learning. I've done any course. I've done accounting courses. I've done courses in programming. Honestly, if there's a course, I have done it. I've spent so much money on courses. But trading was one of the big ones that I could see it could work out. Was it better 9-to-5 job or trading? Oh my God. You kidding me? We're in Bali. I just turn the screens on for like a few hours, make a couple of trades, make $500 in a day. Money wise is no brainer. Yeah, it takes a while to get there. This is a question to you guys. Who's currently in a full-time job? Who's trading from a full-time job, and who's a full-time trader? Is it easier with a poll? Let's see the numbers. This will be interesting. Full time 9-to-5. Let's see. What do you reckon? We'll break the biggest number of viewers is 213 that we had on the 3rd. Do you reckon we'll reach it? Probably not today, right? We didn't start early, but let's see. It'll be interesting. Robert Williams, I don't think I saw that super chat yesterday. If you're in, I really appreciate for the super chat. Last time we did that, I don't think I gave you the shout out. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Okay, so who we got? Simon. Simon is also an engineer. He's a full-time. He's doing awesome. His consistency is coming up. Oh, a bit of a split. Quite a few full-time traders. Wow, I'm surrounded by good traders. For you to be full-time, that means you're consistent, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't be able to do this full-time. So I salute everyone that is a full-time trader, and I can really, we're literally 50-50 at the moment, 48 views, votes. I can really empathize with full-time, because I couldn't trade on a full-time job. It's so hard. It's so hard. Especially the job that I did. You saw that I was working with Olympic athletes, but after that, because that wasn't very well paid, I would go and do strength training with clients in London. So I would take my car, drive to another house, do another hour of personal training. I would finish like at 10 o'clock or something. I'll be exhausted at home, and I would have to get up at 6 the next day. The trading wasn't even possible. All I did was like start learning about it at my free time, especially the weekends. So imagine now, you're working all week, and then on the weekends you're starting to learn trading. Difficult. 9 to 5, so we're jumping in 59 votes. 9 to 5 is a little bit higher. What we're seeing on the dollar index, I'm seeing a bit of a rejection again. What's this buy side I've put in? That should be sell side. So tapped into sell side. 126 holding. This is the new number. Wow, I missed that. Look at the low. My God, look at this. The low stops exactly at 126000. Don't tell me round numbers. Don't tell me about it. Right, so what we're seeing now is consolidation, retraced, failed to break the 126, pushed higher, took liquidity, delivery back to 126. Now what we're anticipating is a bit of a push higher, and possibly a push lower to equilibrium. To be honest, I'm expecting a rejection of 126. We haven't been here for so long. There's going to be selling interest around this area. Profit taking. 63 votes. We're at 57%. 57%. 60% of people are in full time. So how do you get out of that? So how did I do it? One, I was saving money. I was saving a lot of money, and my partner, obviously you know the story with my partner. If you don't, my partner, we had a really hard year when she was diagnosed with chronic fatigue. She was, let's go. So she was diagnosed with chronic fatigue, which is, let's put the chart here in case we miss something. So what we're seeing now is, you can see it from there. I'm going to put another buy side liquidity above the last price it went to, which is the high of this candle, 126341. That will be an interesting area to see if we get involved again. Let's price that. That's buy-side liquidity. So yeah, we were having a really tough time because she couldn't work. So I was working for the both of us. And this is ekoboloi, which is a Greek way of when you don't want to fiddle with the charts, you use ekoboloi. And it's always called beleri as well in Greek. And you just tap it like that. And it's anti-stress. It's huge in Greece. Everyone has it. We also play backgammon for hours whilst we have Greek coffee, which if you haven't had Greek coffee, and I'm not talking about the traditional Greek coffee, you're thinking Greek coffee, Turkish coffee. We're talking about freddo espresso or freddo cappuccino, cold cappuccino. Oh, if you go to Greece, give me a shout and I'll give you some recommendations on what to drink and eat. Anyway, digressing. Yeah, very difficult year with when she was diagnosed. Pretty much they said to us, the doctor said that we're going to be bed bound, and I'll have to be a life carer pretty much. She managed to get out of it with mind body practice, which she now also works for it. But the key thing is, after my wife has CFS and fibromyalgia, I need to speak to Simon. I need to speak to him because I think it might be something that she needs to connect with Jen, because she fully healed herself and now she's created a program that she's healed over. I want to say, I don't want to get it wrong, but I think it's about 2,000 people fully healed from bedbound. So anyway, that period is absolutely different story and an amazing story that she managed to get out of. However, during that period, when something clicks and you're like, I need to make this work. Because if in my head, I was like, if my partner's not going to be able to work, I need to make a lot of money. Because I want the bad thoughts at the time, how am I going to support the family? And how are we going to, have money to do what we want and to be able to. So it was a tough period. But she healed, and that period I was so focused on understanding trading and learning trading and like hyper focus, laser focus. And I did all the mistakes that I could very quickly. And that was an amazing period because, over leveraged, big lots, selling on the highs when like the extreme highs when it was going even higher. So I didn't know what I was doing, but I was just escalating my learning curve so quick. I managed to do all the mistakes quickly, and I was lucky to find some really good like teachers of the trades, like the Scruffy trader. I would even include Kralo because he gave me the basic knowledge, and obviously ICT, which is a game changer for me in terms of like entry and then like understanding how I can manage my trades. 74 votes, 90, what do we have? I can't see it there. 53. Let's end the poll. So a bit of a mix. Let's go back to the chart. Yeah, so if you're in a full-time job, I would say you have to make it your priority, your absolute priority. It has to become like there's no way out. There's not a second option. Because if you do it like, I'm like half in it. I'm okay. I've got a job. If this doesn't work, I'll do something else. It's not going to work, guys. I just tell you now, it's not going to work. All the people that have been successful in trading, they've seen it as their only way out of what they're currently doing, and that needs to become a reality for you guys. And I know it sounds harsh, but habla español? No, I don't speak Spanish, unfortunately. Greek and English. And Italian now because my wife's Italian, so I'm learning Italian. So how do you get out of that tricky spot where you're doing a full-time 9 to 5, but you want to become a full-time trader? It's very difficult, very difficult. maybe on your breaks. That's one thing I would say. Burn the boat. I kind of relate to that. Yeah, I think it needs to be. You've closed the door behind you. Imagine if you do any decision in life that has come from there's no way out. I don't know if you've been in any of those scenarios. I've been in them in sport, where we're like down in basketball. We were down by 10 points and we had a quarter. Everything has to work out for us to win. Obviously trading, you do this on a pretty much daily basis. But you have to have that mindset of, not that this needs to work and I'm going to do everything to make it work. There's no doubt. That's when manifestation comes in. There's no doubt that this is going to work. It's going to take time. I'm going to have some hits. And you've got proof. I can tell you that it's possible. I've done it. Just go with full on, commit full into it. That's the only way it's going to work. All right, that's enough on that. But I think some people need to hear that. It is possible. I can tell you now, if you're working hard, you're not a gambler. You're just developing. If you think you're a gambler, then you're not working hard enough. Where are we on the chat? Koboloi says no styl unico cafe. My Greek friend's in here. He's saying, shall I send some Greek coffee? I don't really like Greek coffee, to be honest. My grandma used to make it, and okay, I understand. Like, I just don't like it. I like espresso. I like Italian coffee. Maybe it's my wife influence. Or like frappe. In Greece, they drink frappe, which is a cold version of Nescafe. And people like hardcore, absolutely hardcore about it. They don't drink anything else. So heavy, cold coffee, not brewed cold coffee, literally mashed together with sugar, and it's so heavy, so bad for you, but everyone loves it. Is it only me or the charts are behind? I'm not sure about that. Okay, never mind. Okay. Yanis, have you tried trading GU or New York Kill Zone? Yes, I do New York Kill Zone. If I don't find setups, I definitely, let's see, what's this? We did say it's going to tap into this. It failed to do the 126, so now it's pushing up. It's pushing up to where? Let's put our thinking heads in. You've got a fair value gap. This is the 15 minute. Let's see. 15 minute there. That area there. Fair value gap, 15 minute. Higher, anything higher? Not much there. 5 minute. Buy side liquidity above these areas, but nothing clean. So this is potentially the area where we might, if it wants to continue lower. I thought I put the 15 minute fair value gap. Did I not? I did. It's just too long. So we're looking at that, and then potentially a retest. A retest to here. That's cool. What's this one? It gives me the price, and it tells me in 1 hour, 10 minutes. Oh, was that like a predictor? A new subscriber. Can't see on the OBS. You'll have to come up on the screen to see. Welcome to the community. How many we got? 143. A bit less people today. I think it's a Friday. We got on late. People are not trading the NFP, maybe. Here we go. It's coming up to the fifth one. 15 fair value gap. We'll see how it reacts around here. We can take this out now. And we'll see how it reacts. If it wants to continue lower, this is the area where I'm thinking that it's going to stop. If it comes up to retest these areas, I'll be expecting a bit of a higher price action. Let's see if the price wants to hold above 126 prior to NFP. That is good. What are we going to be thinking for NFP if it holds above 126? Right, here we got in. Best testing software is good to use after work weekend. What's this? Hi, John. Montgomery. I'm just leaving 4 to 6 hours a day from trying to learn trading, and I've been there. I know well so far. I know it's hard, and kudos to you for doing that. That's DXYs. Do you like the index that much? Is that DXY from the index? What's the index doing? Is it aligning with what we're saying? So that doesn't look right. Let's go on the 15. Where's the gap? Where's the gap there? This is what we're looking for. And now we want ghost feed. This is what we're looking for. That means the pound dollar is coming down, if that happens. But we do have this area that I can stop and retest the lows. However, they are quite low. There's not a lot of fair values to be filled here, apart from this one, this mini fair value. Let's add it in. Let's add that in there. 5 minute fair value. Yeah. My question is, if this fair value gap is going to fill and the price is contained above 126, that will be a serious indicator that we're quite bullish. Because with the gap being filled on the index, we're anticipating a push down, right? So it will be interesting to see. We're still pushing up higher into that area. We were on chatting. I think more of my 9 to 5 as my way to get funded. It helps me now obtaining funding accounts and not to worry about bills easy from trading money. Yes, funding is also another way that you can obviously not risk your own capital, and that's a good thing, because when you're becoming more consistent, it takes time and you don't want to lose all your it's like we did the analogy of the soldiers, right? If this is going to become your full-time job and you have a couple of weapons saved, let's say you've saved up to 5 to 10,000, you don't want to throw those weapons in your first attempt. You want to keep them for when you're ready and you're confident. I started trading at 14, so wow, 14. So now I'm 18, and luckily it worked out. Now I'm doing full time. Wow, incredible. Incredible. Where was your influence? Was your dad a trader, or where was the influence of trading? Because that's young. Wonder if my son will be interested in doing this, or he'll be like, I hate graphs. Camilo Andres. Spanish? Welcome, some new subscriber. Black Owl just joined. Wife is back in mind to finish work next year, April. Yanis, the whole personal story on how you had to do this and how your wife did the self-healing. It is very strong. People can strongly connect with this. She's amazing. Honestly, my wife has been absolutely incredible. Every doctor we went to, and we paid so much money. Imagine now the best doctors in London. We're talking about every session for 300 to 400 pounds. So that's like $500 a session for an hour. You do a session and they'll be like, yeah, we're just going to manage it. You can't really work this out. They're going to have this for life. Yeah, tough times. But she did it. She came up. Talking of which, if I have to close the stream, it's because I I think she texted me that she's got bitten by something on her way to a friend. I hope she's doing okay. If I have to jump off the screen, well, this is what I'm talking about. It looks a bit nasty. Ouch, that looks like a bite. So we're gonna have to see if I have to jump off to go and save her. Where are we? I gave up work 3 years ago to make this work, still trying. Okay, James. That's amazing. Do you have some savings? 3 years ago, so is that 3 years? Are you living off savings or are you living off profits from trading? Where are you at on that? You were pissed to extreme, become what you are. This is what people need. So many people are at the low of the low that they simply have no choice. There's an unhealthy side of that. Like if you're doing things from desperation, it's not always healthy because that can leave you trauma and it can leave you, it can have some bad effects to your life and health. But it seems that when there's only one way out, or you have to have a strong focus on doing something, that's when you do the best. Seems like in sport and every area. Well, I don't think I can catch up with everyone. There's so many messages now. My FX Mo, my dad has been trading for 10 years, so he's my mentor. Amazing. Love that. My son is 14 and seems really interested. I set him up with a paper, so that's really cool. Learning away. I didn't know that about Simon. Bollinger Bands, RSIs. Find the indications here, more complete. I need some coffee. A lot of civil engineers in here. They're haunting my past. Right, let's see what charts are doing. You see these wicks? There is interest. There's interest to push the price below 126. My question is this going to be sort of... Let's look at this. I don't know if you've been noticing this for the last few days. The price has been consolidating around this area here. So it pushed up, came back down, pushed up, consolidated within, and now this morning broke up higher. It is interesting. It is interesting. With NFP coming, is this the big Judas move? That's what I'm thinking. Is it getting price ready for a sell-off? Because if you're selling, imagine you're anticipating a sell-off. That would mean the price is going higher, and then you get a better premium price to sell off down. So we'll see what happens. I'm a former pro basketball player, currently working 9 to 5, just hoping to make a living from trading. Wow, Ingvar. I was a basketball player as well. Not a pro. That means you were getting paid from basketball, right? What team? Where? Intrigued. How many we got? 144, 82 likes. We can do better. We can definitely do better than that. If you don't know, when we hit 5,000 subscribers, we're going to be making a Discord. which is going to be something new, something exciting. I have been playing around with it, and see, you can actually have really cool things in it. You can have music channels, so you have music playing in there so people can jump in, listen to music whilst you're trading. You can have chat rooms, so we can do some chat rooms in there. You can also have some areas where you can different discussions and so on. This is a good one. What would you like most out of the community to get? Because I'm hoping that you don't want to just get the signal, right? You just don't want to get, oh, well, I wonder what Yanis is going to do, and let's make a Discord so he can post his trades. Obviously, through these lives and so on, you're learning about it, but what would you see that Discord community being? Is it meeting with these guys? Is it, let's say, Rafa wants to speak to Kumar? Just picking out two random names. I trade only euro dollar, make huge mistake this week and lost a lot of my 10k prop account. I'm expected a sell on the euro USD for NFP. Should we have a look at that? Now we're in that NFP. NFP. You see that? We filled that fair value gap. What did we say? There's going to be a reaction. Now, this is potentially can be a retest of the 126. If it doesn't do that, I would be thinking that we're going higher. But look at this price action. Push down, fill the fair value gap. Push down, fill the fair value gap. This looks quite nice for delivery below the dailies. Fair value gap here, I got filled. We have some fair value gaps here. We'll see what the price wants to do. Price is always telling us and showing us the roadmap. At the moment, the story currently on the pound dollar is what? The story has shifted from the 125 to the story of the 126. We're on that chapter now, the 126 chapter. I'm a retired engineer, just trying to create a new income stream for myself and my family. Amazing. I would say to be able to chat to others ICT traders and see how they analyze the markets. Have you ever gone through the times of heavy losses? Yes, a lot of heavy losses. How many years have you been profitable? I recently had a sting of losses after a great year. Yeah, I had a tough year last year where I was still learning. It was a lot of, I was using only indicators. I was using like stochastics, RSIs, Bollinger Bands, which obviously they work, and you can go and see the Scruffy Trader who does like an amazing job about creating levels and using indicators in Fibonacci, and he has a success record of 15 years. But for me, I was always having that little bit of, I couldn't understand, there was something missing in my setup every time. And I was convinced that it was psychology, but then I realized there's something around my management as well. That's why I do the repositioning. Something that feels, it works with my psychology. I don't get, if I'm down like $500-600, $1,000, my psychology is okay with it. But before I would be killing it and then trying to get another position in, and it just wouldn't work. So I found something that works for me, and I think that's key. Now, what we discussed is kind of happening now. We're going to see if that delivery of price is going to come down. What time is it? 5 o'clock US time, 5 a.m., 10 o'clock. So we're closing, we're getting out of that Judas move up. Now, is the delivery price down? That's what we're thinking. We need to see a confirmation below here, retest. I really like the chats we have in Scruffy Discord. It'd be nice to have an ICT. That would be really great. Yeah, chat room. I like the chat room. What level subscription were you with Scruffy? I love Scruff. I mean, he came to meet me in Italy, and I really appreciate that that was before we came to Bali. He physically came to, let me see if I can find a picture. He came with his wife for a few days, and we had a great time. Did I post it somewhere? Where did I post it? It'll be on the Discord somewhere. But yeah, it was so much fun, and he's a great guy. What level am I? I'm the highest level for Scruff, and I'm planning to stay in that level just because I want to support his Discord and what he stands like, his group. And it's more for how much help he's been in my trading career rather than what level I need, if that makes sense. It's just giving a bit back. Let's see if I can find that picture. It's quite a funny picture. I think he thought I was a bit shorter than I actually am. I am a basketball player, so I'm 187. Not too tall, but tall enough. Here we go. I think I found them. Did I find them? I don't have the one that I wanted to see, but let's get this one. Save. Good old Scruff. Right, price. What's price doing? Came down. You see that, guys? Fair value gap on the 15-minute. Now pushing down. Back to retest. What? The 125. 126. I'm so used to the 125. It's going to take some time to start talking about 126. Let's see the picture. There it is. Good old Scruff. That's in Italy. Came for a good, we had a good time. Let's go here. Let's go up. Have I missed any chats? Hi, I know you have been asking before. How long did it take you to pass your challenge? Challenge 3 months, I think. 3 to 4 months. But there's an interview on Fivers. If you go on the Fivers and look for Yanis, you'll find the interview. It breaks down every stage that I did. And it shows pictures as well, so you can see my lot size. How did you remain patient so long while clearing the bootcamp? The reason is because I didn't expect to pass the bootcamp. It was just as a challenge. I did it to see if I can be consistent, and that then passed the challenge. And I was like, okay, maybe I can use this account now. I'm calling it a day, Yanis. I hope you have a great day and get better soon. See you soon. FX Mo has been quite clever about it. He's not going to trade the NFP. Joe Gio is our new subscriber. Welcome to the group. I'm studying master full-time, part-time, 3 to 4 days a week, and learning trading every day. That's amazing, Sean. I sold the fair value gap. So, who's that? Funny moments. So, did you take profits for 6 pips, or are you holding? So you took this trade. I can understand why, My only thing that I'm not getting involved in this area, I want to get involved up here. This is the area where I would definitely get involved. The reason is because we've got NFP coming up. I want to get involved there. I also want to get involved long-wise, way below in discount. At the moment, we're hovering above premium, so I would only be thinking about selling. I wouldn't buy the premium. That's me personally. I wouldn't buy this move up here, but even though we're anticipating that is potentially what the price can do, I wouldn't be buying that. So you never had a difficult period after a really good period? I did. I had a 6K loss last year before I traded ICT. Had another 3K loss, I think, and last Christmas. I nearly stopped I nearly quit this because it was my own money. It wasn't funded money. But I had that's where Scruff was amazing. He talked me through and he said, look, you're trading really well. You just need to improve this and this and this, and got better. These are trading was emotions, always the same circle. Is in trading. Is it your own risk management or you're learned from someone? So repositioning, I haven't seen anyone else doing it, and I would be very surprised. Well, there might be some people doing it, but I don't know. I'll be very surprised that someone can trade how I'm trading, just because it's developed for my psychology. So unless someone is very similar to my psychology, then who knows, maybe. It's basically, there's two factors into this. One is a pound average approach, which like Scruffy does with his Scruffy Madness. But that has fixed areas where you'll be going in, and you would break it up and go in. My one is it gives you the freedom to enter. So my analysis is ongoing. So if I entered where funny moments went in, like here, obviously this is not advice, guys. It's for, like the message says, it's for entertainment. I'm not a financial advisor. But if I was going here, and let's say you wanted to put your hard stop at this buy side liquidity, pound average, you would break your position going back into that. Whereas me, I would be like, if this goes against me, when will how far will the price go up before it comes back to this level? That's all I'm thinking about. So if I take a second position here, that means it's quite high likely that this is going to come back to do this. But if it doesn't, now I've got another position that I have to worry about. So that increases my exposure. And I do that constantly. So I haven't seen that from someone. So I caught it's either like the repositioning is obviously because I reposition. What do I order for 40,000? Okay. Who else? How long are you going to live in Bali? Well, we've definitely closed a deal on the house for 2 years. And we do want to have our son to have the experience of living here, and we do like it. So I think we're going to be here for a while until he goes to school. So multiple years. I paid him the $44 this morning, lol. Is that the Scruffy trader? Did you join his Discord? It's a good place, for sure. Just sold, thanks for it. Mike has just sold as well. I can see why, I can see why you could sell this area. However, it didn't break the lows. So in ICT terms, this is not valid yet. ICT entry would be this breaking below this, breaking the lows, and then coming back to fill the fair value gap. So do you only buy at a discount and only sell at premium? Yes, I do find those areas. It's because it's all about my management. If I can manage well the trade, that's all I worry about. I don't worry about if the premium and discount, it just makes sense that I can manage the trade better. How long do you hold trades on pound dollar, and what's your average target in pips? Average target is 20 pips. So 20 pips, 2 positions, that's $400. 25 is my ideal target, so I make $500 a day. Pretty straightforward until we get a second account, and I'll replicate that, and then we'll make $1,000 a day, and that would be roughly between 16 to 20,000 a month. Did you pass 3 evaluations with the same strategy you're working on now? No, I passed the strategy trading like the scruffy trader. But after that, when I passed, then I started doing ICT, and I've passed 7 milestones now. How long holding trades? I did not respond to that. But I normally hold as much as it's needed. There's some trades that I've held, obviously like a few hours, 1 to 2 hours. That's the average. But there's some times where I've held for like 2-3 days. I've just happened to had a bad entry, but I can see the setup, so I can manage it. So it might be the second day I'm break even, third day I've made my money back, or even I've made a little bit of profit, but then I'm considering the days that I've lost. So let's say I've made break even on the second day, and I'm still I like the idea of the trade. I can swing trade until I get my 3 days worth of money, if that makes sense. I am a day trader, but if I have to, I'm quite flexible. It's all about getting paid. It's not about what I am and what I do. I joined to see some other videos, but the way he set up his charts, lines. Can you show how you know when is the cheap? Okay, so when is it cheap and when is expensive? Who's that? That's Don Juan, I think. So in terms, it depends on what we're doing, right? So we're thinking about a day trade. If we're thinking about a day trade, the most relevant information is on the previous day. And that's where ICT bases the previous daily, the strong levels. So you got buy side liquidity. If you go on the daily, if you look at the high of the previous day, and I know it looks a little bit messy, but it doesn't matter that it's here. The high of the previous day is the 126, right? So this is the biggest interest. The price traded way above it. It went up to 164. And it's done that for the first time since June. I did anticipate that it would come back to buy side liquidity to take the highs out, which we're looking here. It didn't do that. That's what I was waiting for a big position. I only took small positions on this short. But what's this area? People that follow me know now. What is this area? What are we looking at here? You can draw a big box. This is equilibrium. So the equilibrium is the midpoint of the previous day, right? So this candle, midpoint, is the equilibrium. Anything above the equilibrium, and we have that area now, is premium price. It means that it's trading above the average price from yesterday. So people, the average price, all the people that bought and sold was at this line here. So it was at 125, let's say 7. Anything above it, you are buying a premium price. So the further up you go, further away from equilibrium, the more expensive that price is becoming. So there will be a lot of interest for people to take profits, to sell it. Especially when you're coming closer to areas where historically there's been interest of big selling. All right, does that make sense? And we have that fair value gap there, obviously. that is come to fill, and it hasn't filled this fair value gap. So what are we on? This is the daily. I'm going to shrink this, and I'll show you. If you haven't done the ICT 2022 mentorship, this might be a bit complicated. The reason I've extended that buy side liquidity is for the 61.8 monthly. Okay. And this is that was on the weekly, but now we changed it to the daily. So I'm going to change that to the daily just because it looks cleaner and you can see it and it's closer to the price. So fair value gap, for the people that don't know what a fair value gap is where the price hasn't, the candle hasn't got a price to the right or the left. There's nothing filled. You see the gap. So that's the wick here. If the wick came all the way up here, there wouldn't be a fair value gap. But there's nothing in between this wick and this wick. So that is a fair value gap. So that fair value gap came back, got retested, sold, came back, got retested, didn't fill the whole fair value gap. So you see now the only area that hasn't been repriced is from this to this. And that's where and it's also buy side liquidity, because if you are trailing the stops from up here, imagine you're trailing profits, trailing, it's just natural that you're going to put your stop above these here, because you're going to say, this is where resistance has been. I don't want to lose these profits, so I'm going to put my stop there. And that's the area where the price would like to come and retest. That's what we're seeing now. So we're seeing that price pushing up. I would want to get involved up here. Now we are seeing a bit of a retest. So the question was, how do you identify price, premium, and discount? I'm getting distracted with the price. So if that makes sense to you, that box that we draw, did we draw it on, it's gone. Where was it? There it is. So anything in this area, let's move this box here. There's interest for selling. Now, if you're here, there's a little bit of interest of selling, but the further up you go, you can anticipate some reaction to the market because you're so far away. Even if you put a Bollinger Band on, let's put a Bollinger Band on. You can use any indicator to show this. I can just see it from the price, but an indicator will make it more obvious, right? So we're at equilibrium. So we pushed away from equilibrium, we went high, outside the Bollinger Band, retested the previous daily high, pushed up, outside the Bollinger Band, RSI was oversold, MACD crossed. So if you use indicators, you can see multiple areas of interest where this is showing you to sell. But I like not looking at indicators and understanding that from price and where liquidity is lying, if that makes sense. Now, the reverse is for the discount. If we're trading below, so let's say the price, instead of going up, was coming down, anything below the equilibrium is discount. So there's interest for buying. Remember, we're day traders, we're not swing traders. So we're looking for today to see what the price is going to do today. Even if the day goes higher, but you grab the move down because you are extreme premium, you've got your 10-20 pips. A day trade, let's say you sold this, that's a 30 pip move. I'm quite happy with a 30 pip move. I will make $600. I didn't do it because we've got NFP coming, but this is an area where I get very interested in this. I would have definitely short this. You saw the other lives we did. This is I would definitely be selling this. So what we marked here just happened, and the questions we asked are happening. Look at this. To the pip, and we're talking about it. Fair value filled, delivery price where? 126. Oh, don't move it. Exactly at 126. And now it's asking the question, do we want to go lower or no? That's what we're asking. This is going to come back up here.
This is going to come back up to the pip here, because we've seen it so many times. It's going to come and retest this fair value gap, reprice. So let's label that. We're on the 2 minute now, so this is a 2 minute fair value gap. Out of interest, let's see the Fibonacci retracement, right? What do you think this is, this retracement? I can see it already. It's in the golden zone, right? So if we grab a Fibonacci from there to there, boom, 61.8, full retracement. So multiple reasons that this price will want to come back, retest, and then deliver a price lower. If that doesn't happen, because we're not gods of price, we try it. We've seen this before, so that's high probability that will push down like it is now. But let's say that it didn't do that. Where's the next obvious price, the target that is going to be going? The previous highs, right? So now that's got filled. We're on a lower time frame. What does this become? Buy side. Like we said about stops. Imagine we traded this. Let's say we traded this. It's so obvious what we're doing with our stop, isn't it? Trail stop, trail stop, trail stop, trail stop. What does price want to go here? Why? Imagine how many stops it can take out if it wants to go lower. It doesn't want you to give you more profit. It wants to take out profit from you. So it will come up, take your profit, and then continue lower. 126 respected. It's the news story of the pound dollar. Round numbers. Algorithmic trading works around round numbers. Long-winded. I think there's a lot of golden nuggets there you can take, but I hope that answered your premium and discounted question. Wow, where are we? With lines, can you say sold the class? I'm holding it to an NFP event. Brave. So Mike, you shorted. So you're gonna hold. I think it's a nice setup, right? It's in premium. It's a nice setup. I can see why you're doing that. Just be aware that the spikes that we talked about, be aware. Just be aware of this. I'm not even joking. Be aware of this. 1275. Just be prepared. If something happens and goes wrong, you have to deal with a spike of 150 pips. Because that's the most obvious area. Why that? If we go to the monthly, that price has been bullish for a long time, since the 103s. So that retracement retraces back to the 618. It's likely, and we've got that round number exactly on the fair value gap of the 1.3. So there are areas where the price, even if it wants to sell off, there's interest there. So be careful of that. Anna FX. Welcome. Hi, Yanis. Hope you are feeling a bit better. First time joining you live. You might recognize Anna. Anna is from the Fivers. She's a great trader, and she's a funded trader. Go and give her some support on her channel. Do you think you have been able to clear the challenge trading like how you do now? Do you think you have been able to clear the challenge? I'm not sure I understand that. So like we said earlier, I traded differently for the challenge, but the milestones now, roughly a month, I'll increase the account by 5%, so it would give me more money. So it's the same as the challenge, I guess. You have to find, this is the key. There's no one way to pass the challenge. You have to do your trading, and your trading will pass challenges and milestones. You shouldn't just do a challenge version of trading and then you have the freedom to do whatever you want. Your way of trading should be able to be good enough, because that's what the fivers are looking for, right? Consistency. If they want to give you more money and they're risking more capital, obviously they want to see the proof that you can be consistent. Soon you will need to be a resident of Dubai or Monaco, or you pay too much tax. Yeah, I mean, Dubai is. I've heard good things about Dubai. If we're trading the 4 million account, hopefully, I'm manifesting that. Obviously, that might be an option. Yanis, can you share with us your worst trade and what was your mistake and how much you lost? Where would be my worst trade? It would be on my IG account. I would have to remember my logins, but I'll try and figure that out. I don't want to look at that though. I don't want to remember that way of trading. It was bad times. Overall, my losing trades will be, as we are seeing this happening now, like we discussed. Where did we say the price is going to stop? You see that? Push down all the way, gave you another 3 pips. Failed to go and retest the 126. So what we're anticipating next? The highs. Buy side. What would be our thought process after this? Look at that move. Fib retracement. 50%. 61. That could be an area where the price can go back up to, if it doesn't sell off after buy side liquidity. It is holding above 126 though. What time is it? It is 10:15. It is holding strong above. This is after London kill zone, so we had this Judas move, boom. The squeeze above the 126. People that were shorting here at premium price, squeeze up, squeeze them out. Push back down. Now we're back to 126 and we're just waiting there to see what's going to happen. Yanis, can you share with us? Yeah, the one thing about losses, right? What are you going to learn from my loss, my past experience of losing? Because it's quite interesting. If you focus on the period you were losing, I would rather. There's 2 things. There's one, you can learn from your losses. Okay, so you've done that, but revisiting losses over and over again, it will bring a mindset that is unwanted mindset in terms of if you want to improve as a trader. So what I used to look in the Scruffy Trader in ICT, I would be like, wow, he's a really consistent trader. He's making like this consistently these profits every day, and he's showing it online. I want to feed off the positivity and the consistency and the good habits that trader is doing, rather than see his period of time where he wasn't successful. Because my learnings of my bad trading, you seeing my bad trades might give you learnings that are not relevant to your trading. Do you understand that? Because I might be doing mistakes and you'll be like, oh, maybe I'm doing those mistakes. But it might not be your mistakes. So we don't want to feed from other people's losing trades, if that makes sense. Find someone who's doing something good and pick up ideas and things and habits that he's doing, and how can that fit? Don't copy, but how does that fit into your way of trading? I think that's more powerful. What's the 5 5%ers boot camp about? The boot camp is a 3 challenge. So they give you a small account, I think 20K, goes to 50, then 75. And if you make, I think, 5% to 6%, then you get funded a 100,000 boot camp account. Are you not using stop losses? I do use stop losses, but I put them out the way. I'm not a stop loss trader. I'll tell you what that means. A stop loss trader would say, I'm willing to see if the market comes down, right? So I'm taking this trade. Where's that cool little thing? I'm going short from this area, and I want to make this to risk this. Let's say that's a great risk to reward, 7.4. How many times though has that come back up and taken out this? So many times, right? So my psychology doesn't allow me to be able to take this trade again if I've seen a loss. And that's down to individual psychology. Now, if my stop is here, and I'm trying to make this, so my risk reward is I would lose 25 to make risk reward is 0.56. So I don't really understand this, but let's say it's ridiculous, like you're losing all this to make this. It doesn't make sense. Or does it? Because my idea of the analysis is not based on my stop. I don't really care about this going like this red thing here. I'm not so focused on the red because I am focused on, can I make this amount? Can I make this amount? Or can I make this amount or this amount? This is just protection. Do you remember the analogy that we talked about soldiers? I go into market with 1/10 of a position. My worst case scenario, I've never traded my 10 lots, but I go with 1/10, with one lot. Let's say I want to short this. I already know that this is going to be my worst entry. Why? Because I'm planning the market coming up. So when it comes up, then I can start managing the trade. So it doesn't make sense for me to think of this entry. Where would I put my stop? My stop overall is a week's worth of trading. If I lose a week's worth of trading, then I got it so bad, so wrong. And okay, I've lost 2K, 2.5K, but I'm making consistently since January green days of $500. So it doesn't make sense for me to risk $50 to see if my trade is going to be right. Don't know if that makes sense. It works for me. It's not for everyone, but it definitely works for me. 600 what lot size? Ooh, so I trade one lot size. So far he has only been trading one lot. It combines with federal. Are you trading only GU? Yes, I only trade GU because I want to know. Remember the analogy of the book? I didn't tell you the analogy of the soldier. So the soldiers is that if you're going forward, we brought up the Braveheart movie. That the first soldiers that is going to be going in is the infantry, and then you've got you're keeping your cavalry to go and save the infantry and reinforce the army. So that's what we're doing in repositioning. Can you show your fib settings? I can do that. I'm really proud of my colors. I like my fib. That's the fib. So I use orange for, is this orange for the 61.8, and then the green for that. Obviously you don't want to add color. You only put it on 61.8 and then it will color in between the 50. There you go. You can screenshot that. Why do you, where are we? Thank you for Don Juan. I'm glad that helps, hopefully. Been following you for a while now. I was asking if the fair value gaps has to be fully filled with the wicks or The body completely in. So fair value gaps, let's go to the one is currently happening. At the same time, let's look at the index. Our prediction of filling the gap is currently happening. Now it took out buy side liquidity. Look at that. Boom. Sold off. Failed to take the lows. Next thing. Take the highs. Getting closer and closer to the gap. So we're anticipating this here. Where are we? Fivers instead of Apex funding. I don't know if Apex funding. I started with fivers. I'm sure there's good prop firms out there, but I like what they do, so I don't jump over. The spikes will come after profits have been taken. NFP did me dirty when I first come into the markets. Okay, so you're closing your positions, Mike. What happens if it's going slightly against you and NFP is coming up? Are you going to hold? That's the question. I've been in a sell position. Didn't squeeze me out. Just been underwater since, lol. I can see that happening, Simon. If you were shorting premium here, you would have to wait for this. Did I miss the masterful coffee making? No coffee making today. What time is it? I can't have a coffee now. 5 o'clock. No, I won't sleep. And I'm trying to recover. Caffeine is not good when you're sick. You're looking for a short? Yes, in this area I would only be shorting, but I'm not shorting any of this. I would have shorted this, but we had NFP, so I would be waiting. I'm waiting for the spike of the NFP. If I was a guessing man, I don't like guessing in trading. It's the worst thing you can do. But I'm anticipating a push higher and then a sell-off because of the 126 and where we are now. Let me just check on my almost home. All right, I'm gonna need to turn off this soon. We've done 1 hour and 40 and the wife is back. We need to check on her bite. It's gonna be a short one today just because I'm not feeling very well. But at least we got something in the NFP. Give me a second to check on her and I'll come back. Okay, so what we're discussing, so no coffee. That's interesting. In the flight training world, we have the saying, learn from other people's mistakes because you won't live long enough to make them all yourself. And I have carried this approach over to trading and I'm therefore very interested in other people's errors. Interesting. It's interesting. I'm quite opposite of that. I want to know about, because my errors, if we're not life and death, right? Okay, let's close this off. So we have, about the errors. I do want to focus on
people who have done it. And if I see areas that are relative to let's say I had a lot of areas on risk management, okay, I will start looking at what areas are affecting my risk management. But I wouldn't want to see areas in mindset. Let's say if my mindset is a successful mindset and it's my strength. Me too, I'm willing to lose much to make little money. Good night. What is the software that puts the graphics at the bottom screen in your camera? Camera is my iPhone, and this is my overlays. It's from Stream Elements. You can go and check that out. That's what I was curious about. No, I wouldn't lose 3 weeks of losses. I would be willing to give away a week's worth, but we haven't had a lot of losses since January. Well, no red days since January. Consider hedging. I can understand what some people that might work for people. Obviously, if something's working, keep doing it, and things are working for me, so I'm gonna stick with like the processes that are working. Totally agree. Stop loss trading really hurts my psychology. I had 12 consecutive losses in April. Now I'm trading your way. 5 winning trades in May. Really appreciate your sharing style. You're welcome, Sean. Good to see that it's helping. Sell or buy? Big question. Thank you, David. Good morning from Spain. OBS setup. That will be another video for the techie people. Don't think I'll be able to do that now. But how we're doing on the likes and subscribes. Last subscription we had Geo. And we are sitting at 110. We didn't manage to, obviously it's a lot less. Normally we did, what, 2 to 3 hours last time. But I appreciate everyone. Obviously I'm not feeling great, so I'm not gonna do a long session today, and the family's back. So I'll go and check on them. Make sure you you stay safe around NFP. Let's see what the price is doing before we close. Let's go down, British pound. That's the prediction we were thinking about. Why? Because it has failed to take the lows. And now it's doing a little bit of a push down. We'll see if that doesn't hold. Obviously the next target is here. But I hope you have a good trading day on NFP. Don't increase your sizes around adventures like the NFP. Make sure you are frugal with your profits. One day is not going to make you a profitable trader, and imagine if it's a lucky day, it's just going to give you the wrong habits. So last few comments. We'll close all positions during NFP. Chaos have been bitten once too many times. Yeah, Manus. It can be very volatile. It can be very profitable if you know what you're doing, but it can be very risky at the same time. Do you feel like you're more British than or Greek? Good question. I definitely feel very Greek. Like I culturally, I do a lot of Greek stuff. So I play Greek music. I play the Cretan lira, which is Cretan music. Some people would say that Crete is very different than the Athenians, but I definitely have a lot of Greek cultural influence, but I'm also I feel English as well. Bit of both. It's quite a mix. I would say half and half. It's quite weird. So I spent the latter years in England, but up to 20 years old, 18 years old, I was in Greece. So a bit of a mix.
All right, guys, stay safe, and I'll catch you all next week. And if you want to see the NFP event, make sure you jump onto Instagram, theconscious.daytrader, and give us a follow there. And we'll see you. Before you go, what are your best reads? As in books? Mark Douglas, Psychology, it's a good one. Then all the other books are like The Power of Now. It's a great book, not trading related, but it's another good book. One that I'm reading now, I can't remember what it's called now. I'm gonna have to respond in Instagram. Go on Instagram and I'll put a list of the books. Okay, guys, catch you later.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem damn petty. Gotta keep on chugging. Ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy. Got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that. It's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up. I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities are never come unless you paying attention. So no, I can't miss that. Moving. MVP, I got the record. I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy. They gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming. Had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans. Partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my big dog walking big talk. Young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship. I'm a jacket like Letterman. Y'all better not let them in. They gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling. Started a chain. The cycle is heaven sent. This is from God, but I'm not your reverend. Not in the pulpit. I'm a pit bull in this element. Yeah, said you gon' pull up, then settle it. Yeah, I've been married to this hustle. This is my ring. Watch out, step in it. Yeah, and I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here. Watch out, touchdown. Pulling plans out the clutch. Everybody getting crushed. The cut down is for us now. Have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans. Partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice. I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my yeah. Run it.